Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai. Several feuds trailing the defection of Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress, APC. The latest of which is from Governor Wike of Rivers State. What exactly is fundamentally wrong with his defection and aspiration? This is what Spectacle will be discussing with you today on Television Nigerian. So welcome. I am Daniel Atai. Please stay tuned after this timeout and don't go away. I will introduce to you the guest analyst in the studio who will do justice to the topic on discussion.
Is Television Nigerian, a broadcast network committed to serving you the very best in online and offline television programming. Situated in the serene environment of Guzape, Abuja FCT, TVN, as it is fondly called, caters to a wide variety of audience via carefully orchestrated mind-blowing programs in the areas of fashion, business, politics, entertainment, religion, movies, food and health, culture and lifestyle, events around the globe, sports and foreign news. Whatever your inclination, we've got you completely covered with programs like Issues of the Moment, The Patriot, Daybreak Nigeria, Matter Africa, TVN Business Time, Healthy Living, From the Cradle, Stay Inspired, Entertainment Gist, Movie Hour, Hits Paradise, among others. All designed to keep you thoroughly informed, entertained, at the edge of your seat and yearning for more. A tour around our domain will reveal a highly dedicated staff force and a state-of-the-art facility and equipment for high-definition quality broadcast, making our station your #1 choice in advertising your business and propagating your ideas. We are currently on NightComSat doing our test transmission for takeoff in the nearest future. Television Nigerian is located in Nigeria at Television Nigerian House, Guzape Hilltop Mansion, beside Guzape White House, Guzape Abuja FCT, and in the United Kingdom at 45 Ancient House, 48 Aerodrome Road, Beaufort Park, Colindale, London.
Welcome back. And like I promised you, I have in the studio a former National Secretary of Action Party of Nigeria, Comrade Dantata Salihu. Comrade Dantata, you're welcome.
Good evening, Nigerians, and erudite anchorman.
Thank you very much. And straight to the point, this is all about Governor Umahi'S defection from the People's Democratic Party just last week to the All Progressive Congress. And several feuds, the latest of which is from Governor Wike. We've heard about that of Secondo and several other persons. And only yesterday, Wike has come to say that it is because Governor Dave Umahi is desperate to become president in 2023, Nigerian president. And that has been the reason why he defected from the People's Democratic Party to the APC. And I want to ask, before we watch the little clip of 1 minute 15 seconds, what is actually fundamentally wrong with his defection? Let me begin with you on that.
Well, as a player in the polity, because I'm not alien to Nigerian politics nor party administration.
Yeah.
You see, when you go world over, there's what you call party ideology. Ideologies that binds and governs the administration of any political party, whether the major one or the minority ones that are just trying to come up. I can tell you vividly that since independence from the First Republic, Second Republic, short-lived Third Republic, up to date, where our democracy has become stable, what our politicians are lacking is morality as well as ideological focus, because this is going by even the parties themselves lacking ideology. In my own personal view, and I feel also in the view of other patriots who understand politics, because politics is a game of interest, and there is no permanent friend, there is no permanent enemy. If you look at the terrain, you do what suits your mind. Above all, Dave Umahi, His Excellency the Governor of Ebonyi State, is not the first governor to defect. Without going far, before the Edo governorship election, the incumbent governor, His Excellency Godwin Obaseki, defected from the major All Progressive Party to PDP. And the reasons for the defections were not far-fetched, because he felt that he was being shortchanged by the erstwhile party chairman, himself, his predecessor, Adams Oshiomhole, that if he continues to stay in the APC, he wouldn't be able to clinch the seat of governorship in the second term aspiration, which informed his defection to the People's Democratic Party. So nobody saw that to be wrong. Why are we trying to see that that of Dave Umahi is morally wrong? So if Wike at this time would come and criticize Umahi, the same Wike should reflect back of recent, it's not long, he was at the forefront of going to even invite the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, to PDP. So if it was not wrong for an opposition to defect to his own party, the PDP, of which Wike is a major stakeholder as governor and as one of the major financiers, then what is wrong by David Umahi defecting from from the minority opposition party, that is the second largest opposition party, that is the People's Democratic Party, to the APC? So if we balance it by interest, I don't think anything is wrong, because if it is wrong, Wike would have also faulted the defection of APC.
But Comrade Dantata, you agree with me that the case of Godwin Obaseki, the Edo State Governor, is quite different from that of Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State right now, in the sense that it was glaring and obvious before our national polity that Adams Oshiomhole and the rest in the APC were a kind of witch hunting the candidature of Governor Obaseki before the election. In this case of Umahi leaving PDP, on what ground could you justify it before we listen to the claim?
According to our preliminary investigations, the same witch hunt, the same oppression and manipulation that Obaseki faced, which led to his defection to People's Democratic Party, also made His Excellency Dave Umahi to defect from PDP to APC, because, like I told you, politics is of interest. If today my interest,
but how glaring is it? Because
you see, so we are players. Like mind you, I was a national scribe of Jakande's Action Party of Nigeria, and to the best of my knowledge, we participated in quite a number of elections, especially the 2007 presidential, governorship, House of Reps, senatorial, and other elections. The issues I want to tell you is that there are certain things we can't tell you in the open, because in politics there are visible and invisible forces. Even within the PDP, Dave Umahi, don't forget, also came out to say that there are certain forces that are not in tandem with his own thinking. And like I tell you, politics is all about ambition. Today, if I want to be president, for instance, if I know 2023 is in the corner, and I know that the nomenclature is not set for me to be, then I take the other way. So you see, defection is defection. Whether because Obaseki saw that he wasn't going to be governor for second term or whatever, Umahi is a foresighted politician. Maybe he has ambition of maybe being considered for vice presidential slot, or even coming to be president, because some groups have it that it is time that the Igbo, the Southeast also are made president of this country. Because if you look at from all the political setting, I think they also deserve some way. Don't quote me wrongly, Nigerians, because I'm being patriotic. Yes. Anybody can be president, because at this time we are trying to promote through federalism, nation building. Anybody can be, whether it's Shekiri, whether it's Bokobaru, whether it's Batono, whether it's whoever tribe. Jonathan, you can see, was minority and he became. So I come ready to open up to some laymen. I think the defection of Obaseki and that of Dave Umahi has no differences, because the issues are, if you are in a party and there is no internet democracy that gives room for policy of live and let live and not might is right, courtesy demand that you go to the party that will satisfy your interest. So the continuous infringement on the rights of people in parties is giving rise to defections, and that is why I target season of defection. So in my own case, I feel there are certain people that are saying might is right. Like today, I want to tell you, there are people that already we know that have been sponsored to come and fly the presidential ticket in PDP, which is creating rancor now. So how can people that are already holding sway as governors of oil-rich states be meddling in the affairs of some other governors that decided to defect to other parties in southeastern part of the country? Mind you, defection did not just start now. Abubakar Rimi, during the Second Republic, when he fell apart with his erstwhile political godfather, the late Mala Aminu Kano, he defected to another party which deprived him second term. So I think, in my own perspective, it is not wrong for His Excellency Dave Umahi to have defected, if that of Obaseki was not wrong. In 1999, a deputy governor in Lagos State, Bukno Akerele, who was deputy to Asiwaju Tinubu as Lagos governor, defected to another party. Femi Pedro, also deputy governor to Tinubu, defected. Ondo State of recent, the deputy governor defected to People's Democratic Party, and nobody commented negatively on it. So I think this one too is right for him, since the parties themselves lack internal democracy.
I will still come back to you. You have spoken on the premise of internal democracy.
Lacking internal democracy.
You understand?
Yes.
Anyway, we'll take a short break with the short background explanation or preamble about what transpired between Governor Wike and Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State. Please stay tuned. The Ebonyi State Governor, David Umahi, has said his Rivers State counterpart, Nyesom Wike, has an overbearing influence on the affairs of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Umahi noted that Wike's dictatorial actions are destroying the PDP. Umahi, who spoke on an interview on Arise TV program on Wednesday, said the actions of Wike, the governor of Rivers State, is unbearable. Umahi was reacting to a statement credited to Wike, who said he, Umahi, left the party for the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, because of his desperation to be president of the country in 2023. Wike, while reacting to Umahi's defection to the APC, has said Umahi's decision did not come to him as a surprise, as the Ebonyi State Governor had been involved in anti-party activities for some time before his eventual public declaration to join the All Progressive Congress. But in a swift reaction to Wike's comment, Umahi warned him to desist from attacking him. It would be very dangerous if both of them continue to attack each other. He said Wike's dictatorial tendencies and overbearing influence on the party's affairs had made other governors to be unhappy with him. All right, welcome back from that short break. You have heard Governor Dave Umahi there, of course, warning Wike as well that he should desist from antagonizing his defection or making it a topic that he himself, Wike, had single-handedly brought the present PDP national chairman, which is Secondus, and many other allegations he leveled against Governor Wike, saying that if we continue to fight each other at the level of governors, it means it will portend a dangerous trend in the future polity of the country. And now, you probably must have heard, Dantata, how Wike emphatically said Governor Umahi is eyeing 2023 presidential seat. How feasible could that be for the North to cede power to the Southeast?
Well, you see, the issues are like we always say. Politicians are the ones that hit the policy. Okay. They are the ones that knows the name to give 2023. They are the ones that knows the name to give 2027. Because if you look at the Nigerian political setup, it is not people driven. Because if it is people driven, there is no political law or political representation world over, whether in United States of America, Germany, or whatever, that says that you must be a governor before you become president of Nigeria. It has to do with conduct, it has to do with selflessness, patriotism, and integrity. Who was Obama before he became president? He was in the Senate. How many senators in Nigeria have been able to become president? How many House of Reps? Joe Biden was vice president to Obama. How many vice presidents were able to become president? In Nigerian setup, we have a mentality where we feel certain people that have held the position of governor or position of foreman, this and this should become. It shouldn't be. I think this issue of 2023, it is God that knows who can clinch presidency in 2023, because as Christians and Muslims, we don't owe our breath to ourselves. I and you are in this studio now. The next second, we don't know what can happen. Therefore, I feel, even in the first place, it is ungodly for anybody, even though we know that.
No. It is not ungodly to plan about the future. We know that, yes, whether religious...
It is what I'm trying to tell you. It is ungodly for one man to say that this man has made us his mind for this, because that person has not publicly come and held press conference. Like now, I want to tell you, even somebody of recent was also telling me that former Bauchi State Governor Ahmed Muazu from 1999 to 2007 is also being favored to come and fly the flag as PDP presidential aspirant. All these are side talks and hearsay. In fact, sometimes I call it political circle, rumor, and gossips. So the issues are, comrade, if I'm to bring you to forefront with the kind of intelligence information we get, there are more than even 250 candidates from different parts of the country, southeast, southwest, north central, northeast, and even for now, everybody remains a contender. It is the party primaries that will now show the direction.
Yes. Comrade, I get your point. Let me bring you back to this very, very defection of Governor Mahi that is making the wave, that is trending in the country. They say there is no smoke without fire. And like Wike said, he too have accused Wike that Wike is trying to be vice president to Tambuwa, the Sokoto State Governor. That was also yesterday. I didn't get the whole clip of what transpired, what they're antagonizing themselves about. So critically, there might be 200 persons agitating to be president come 2023. But from your own analytical point of view, and for the sake of harmonious continuity and unity of the country, do you think that it is time for the country to try a southeastern governor, a southeastern president to oversee the affairs of this country?
When you go by the definition of democracy, it goes by majority vote. Who am I, as Salud and Tata Mahmoud, to say this is the direction to follow? That will be a prejudice, that will be an anti to the views, electoral rights, and apathy of Nigerian voters.
Are you saying that democracy is all about majority?
Majority.
Is it all about majority?
The issues I want to tell you is that even the PDP came of recent and said they don't believe in the doctrine of rotational presidency. Mind you, we can recall back not too long, major stakeholders in the PDP said the party does not believe in issue of rotational presidency. It's going to be an issue of, you understand, of primaries. So the issue I'm trying to tell you, you see, our political system is complicated. There are certain people that can speak British English in the morning. In the afternoon, they will speak French. That is Nigerian politicians. You see, on this issue of rotation, in my own view, it will have once again brought to the forefront our peace and unity.
Good.
Because what is there in this presidency? It is the attraction that is there. There is nothing there so much. If we make it like how they do things in America, where the president will leave presidency without even a house in Asokoro, I think many politicians wouldn't have want to even become councillors. But because today, if you become the president, you have a military lieutenant colonel or colonel as your army ADC, you have that of the police and navy. There, above all, you have all the routine of escort vehicles, then presidential aircraft, then you live in a bigger mansion, even at the detriment of poor people. Then you go everywhere with taxpayers' money. That is the point of attraction. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the issues are no geopolitical zone should be shortchanged. You can see of recent some northern elders, I'm a northerner, I come from the north, I don't have any geopolitical zone than the north, came out to say they don't believe in rotational presidency. But that rotational presidency will have been better, because if, for example, you are 8 years and another person got 8 years, another one got 8 years, even the minorities in this country, even my own tribe that is Borugu Bokobaru, a minority tribe that is no more than 3 local governments in Nigeria, maybe at one time we will have had that hope to become presidents. But going by what democracy is all about, if, for example, you are Harvard school graduate or Cambridge or Lincoln, in Nigeria it is not English we want to speak, it is not qualification we want, it is matter of the godfathers and whatever, and which is a mentality. And when you look at the setup, the northern part of the country where I come from, we have 19 northern states. Calculate the numbers of states in southeast, southwest, and what, without zoning, without rotation, it will be very difficult for certain blocks to produce, except if there is this agreement that used to be. You remember the Abiola, what have you, and others, Obasanjo.
Especially as it rotates between
but my advice,
my
advice is that as a Democrat, my wish is for the peace and unity to continue, and we mustn't eat our politics. Even your tribe, Idoma, is qualified to be president. My tribe, Bokobaru, is qualified. The Fulani is qualified. The Hausa, the Igbo, the Shekiri, the Ijo, the Nupe, everybody, even the Gwari from FCT, the Gade,
and like you mentioned those tribes
the
now.
Gwandara, yes.
Sadly,
yes.
They call us North Central.
Yes.
Yes. That means we are part of the North.
Not by your right, constitutional right.
No, I'm driving somewhere.
By geopolitical settings.
Yes,
we are bona fide northerner. And you as a northerner, you have the right, like somebody from Sokoto, Katsina, Kebbi, Zamfara, Kano, Taraba, Jigawa, Adamawa, Borno, Yobe.
So how old is Nigeria now?
Nigeria, we are 50-something years. I think we got independent in 1960.
1960?
Yes.
So this is 2020?
Yes.
So we are 60 years?
Yes.
Now, in this regard, if we are North Central, we have the same right like the North. How come the democracy is all about the Northeast, the Northwest, the Northeast, the Northwest, without consideration to the North Central? And that is already brewing another agitation for Central Nigeria. That is not North Central, Middle Belt region of the country. I believe I'm
from a North Central.
You are hearing that. Yes. So the idea of North Central, the Middle Belt have discovered, just like the Eastern people are.
There is nothing, point of correction, we don't have in the setting, we don't have Middle Belt.
We don't have Middle Belt.
It's an individual assertion.
Yes.
It's not central.
It's not central.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is also logical then for the North Central zone to produce the presidency of this country, isn't it? Yes. But however, in the PDP manual agreement, which is not constitutional agreement, they say power should rotate between the North and the South. And of course, just like the North have Northeast, Northwest, North Central, and blah, 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 the South also have Southwest, Southeast, South. Wike has come out to say the reason of this decamp is because the Southwest have been president and vice president right now. The South has been president, and the Southeast, nobody from there since the advent of the Fourth Republic democracy. Therefore, this is why Governor Umahi has gone to PDP. And Governor Umahi now said, Wike, you two, you want to deputize Tambua, and that is why you are blabbing against me this way. You understand? So you said it is democratically all right,
yes,
for Southeast to be considered for the unity of this country.
In the interest of peace.
In the interest of peace.
Unity.
And we'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll just nail it up whether his defection is against the constitutional framework of the PDP or the Nigerian constitution. Please stay tuned after this time out. Spend 30 minutes. All right, welcome back. This is still Spectacle on Television Nigerian, and we are discussing today the feuds that are trailing the defection of Governor Umahi of Ebonyi State to the People's Democratic Party. And of course, one of the latest coming from Governor Wike of Rivers State, accusing Governor Umahi of eyeing 2023 presidency. And my guest in the studio has been Comrade Dantata Salihu, a former secretary, National Secretary of Action Party, isn't it?
Of Nigeria.
Of Nigeria, of course, Action Party.
Call it Jack and this party.
Jack and this party. Now, I was saying before the short break that did Dave Umahi, by any chance, and like others, did he break the law, any constitutional framework of his party, the former party, PDP, by defecting to APC, or the Nigerian constitution by doing so?
Well, I am not privy to the PDP constitution because I've never been a member. Okay. All I know is the party that was once their national secretary. But in the setup right now, I think it was during the constitutional review and amendment that they wanted to bring a law that automatically makes you to cease to be what the position you are holding when you decamp. But I have not seen with the season of decamping from the time of Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, Olushola Saraki, and host of other high-profile decampees that they, at least Saraki finished his tenure as Senate President, Speaker Dogara, he finishes. So that is to say the Constitution, even though if that provision is there in PDP, it doesn't hold water. Because if it does, even the APC's Obaseki that they come to PDP, maybe will have ceased to even contest. So I don't think it holds water, because I think that law in the two chambers of the National Assembly is trying to be looked into. I don't think
it has to be looked into.
It has to be, because at the time they were raising those issues. Because at the time Dogara and Bukola Saraki as Senate President and Speaker respectively decamped to PDP, they raised those issues, and I think it was ruled out of consideration, and point of order was observed even at the Senate plenary as well as House of Representative plenary. I think, to the best of my knowledge now, I don't think it holds, because the organ that also have the right to enforce this is the umpire electoral body, which is the Independent National Electoral Commission. And till date, from years back till date, I have not seen them coming through their spokesperson to say that, okay, since you have decamped from APC to PDP or PDP to APC, you have ceased to either be senator, House of Reps, or governor. So to take it from that angle, I don't think it has any constitutional breaches or backing that he has aired in the law. If it does, we have constitutional lawyers, like Femi Falana, like a host of others, who will have come to the forefront to comment. So the whole bulk of it lies in the Senate committees on INEC, as well as House Committee on INEC, respectively, then also the Independent Electoral Commission and the Attorney General's Office. And till date, I don't think this is not, like I told you, we've had seasons of defections of even the people that are in charge of our two chambers legislature, that is the House of Reps and the Senate. So I think, you see, we are playing politics with bitterness, remembering late Waziri Ibrahim's ideology of politics without bitterness. Wike is bittered because he has gotten a minus in his party. And that is why I want him to reflect back, not quite long. The same Wike-led contingent of PDP stalwarts, echelons, to Edo State, Benin City, to stand behind Obaseki. How come now that Dave Umahi of Ebonyi has declined from same PDP to APC, that it has become issue of controversy? I don't think this issue is an issue at all, because we know what the internal democracy of parties is lacking. And internal democracy in party is supposed to be effective, because that is what enhances level playing ground, neutrality, as well as all inclusiveness of all the NWC, NEC, stakeholders, and even the grassroots party card-carrying members. But from the look of things, certain forces, because of the monies they have, they've been able to hijack some parties, that they are the alpha and omega, they are the service chiefs of the parties, they are the inspector generals of the service, they are paramilitary heads of the, which is not, I think Dave Umahi is a Nigerian. Forget about the fact that he's governor of a state. As a governor, you also have your fundamental human rights. So if Wike, with all respect, due respect to him, did not see the decamping of Godwin Obaseki to PDP wrong, then what is making him to attack Dave Umahi? Let's operate the policy of live and let's live, and not might is right. And let's play politics without bitterness.
Okay, Comrade Dantata, you've spoken well, and I want to ask you this question. Dave Umahi said that because of the intra-party fracas,
that's the lucky internal
in the PDP there,
absolutely,
that PDP should watch out, that more of southeastern governors will still defect to the APC. Do you see that coming up?
Presently, no political party without problematic internal democracy.
No, do you see the governors, the rest of the
governors?
Well,
I'm not a prophet. I'm not an angel.
From the scenario.
In politics, you cannot predict until it happens. You see, I am not a suit.
Okay.
Yes.
If it is based
on assumption.
The presumption that he would be president, or the next Nigerian,
that has not been established.
The next,
mind you, I say
on the presumption that the next Nigerian president would come from the southeast. Don't you
Where
think?
Do you place the likes of Oji Uzokalo, the Senate chief whip? Where do you place? You see, erudite, I'm trying to tell. We are politicians.
No, there is a strength. I'm trying to bring out.
Overnight.
Do you see the strength? Okay, if only
Umahi, in my own view. In the entire southeast, he doesn't have that political strength to, even when they are going to consider.
What about his present antecedent, just within these 215 to now?
Well, you see, in politics that doesn't stand. There are people that
antecedent doesn't stand.
You see,
like the developmental stride of Governor Mahi so far.
Did Danjuma Goje not develop Gombe State infrastructurally? Did Ahmed Muazu not develop? Did Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso not develop Kano State? The highest infrastructural facelift you have in Kano, the educational upliftment of carrying people to go and read abroad, was the pace was set and actualized by His Excellency Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, Governor of Kano State.
Yes,
Did that give him the leverage, to be given the ticket at will, at platter of gold? Let me tell you that.
So on what ground should we elect a president?
The Jakande during the Second Republic not achieve fame in terms of free education, developmental stride. Did that give the leverage for him to be given free ticket as PDP, SDP, Social Democratic Party, presidential hopeful before Abiola came to vie? The issues are Nigerian politics has nothing to do with how you have been able to deliver hospitals, schools, and what have you. It's an abracadabra arrangement. Abracadabra. What I mean abracadabra? Some few self-centered elites who have the resources, who have the foot soldiers, could just come up and decide overnight. That is why sometimes you cannot predict what even the 2023 tell. Let me even tell you in all ramifications. a dark horse, unexpected dark horse is there. All these controversies, all this noise they are making might even be the beneficiary at the end of the day. Mind you, when Yaradua was to be brought by Obasanjo, there were other people that had weight more than him, that were more healthier than, with due respect to the family, because I hold Yaradua in high esteem. I even have to write on Yaradua's health and political gimmicks during the trial periods. They brought Yaradua against even people that see Obasanjo every second. So take it from 2007. The same thing can. Then again, who is even telling you that APC might even come in 2023? You don't know. APC is not the only party. It's just by sheer providence that they are the majority ruling party now, isn't it?
Yes.
There are other parties in Nigeria. As a Democrat, it is my wish that even parties other than PDP and APC produce president. There are presidents in other countries that came not through majority parties. So for us to enthrone true norms of democracy, it is my view that other parties should also come up, set structures. Is a vote of the masses, the vote of the truck drivers, the vote of me and you, the vote of keke napep drivers, the vote of journalists, the vote of artisans, mechanics, carpenters and tailors. And it shouldn't be a vote of the elite. Agree that primaries, it's a statutory right of political parties. But once it's come to general election, whether they bring whoever from PDP, APC, Labour Party, Social Democratic Party, or any party at all, Nigerians should wake up, shine your eye. Don't vote based on the 1,000 they will give to some people that have sold their birthright.
That's one, we are tired of saying that. And I
we can't be tired, because word over. Because this is the issues are. Anything on voter education, we shouldn't be tired.
Okay.
Because I want to tell you, in United States of America now, Trump 70-something, Biden 70-something. It means if we have 70-something years, 60-something years old in Nigeria, and they are not achieving, it means they have problems. Because if their counterparts in United States of America that we are following in terms of democratic experiment have those years and they are achieving, what stops us? So the issues are, no matter how they cover our mouth, they close our mouth, we continue to preach to the electorates that votes is their right, and they are the ones that have the power. Party primaries, the retired generals, retired AIGs, former governors, ministers, ambassadors can decide and bring their stooge. But once it's come to general elections, let us all come together, irrespective of tribe and religion, to say no to people that are lacking in credibility, patriotism, and integrity, and people that will come and pilfer with our public treasure. We should say no to that in 2023. We can see the things that happen. Look at COVID-19. Failure of palliatives that were stocked in warehouses, and this NSAS protest has once again come to further enlighten
and that is why I told you that a performing governor or a performer, not necessarily governor, but I base my argument on the fact that Umahi decamped, and there has been feuds and rumors, allegations here and there that he's eyeing 2023 presidency, and he has said emphatically that more governors of the southeastern axis will definitely defect to the APC with the hope of having a solidarity number at that region, isn't it? In order to be considered certain things in the factors of politics that you and I know. So what is that factor that is trying to drive out by making that statement that more of the governors, southeastern governors, will move to the APC? Does that spell anything to you?
It spells doom, because one, if you look at you have to look at the people in the southeast. Okay. Where are their interests? Where does their agitations lie? Not those of the governors alone. You see, sometimes we are short-sighted. APC is in the presidency, is the ruling party now. 2023 is another thing. Their calculations might even be proven wrong, because at the time that even the APC, that majority of Nigerians voted, that they are saying that you promised us option A, option B, option C, and we have not seen any. So what gives them the impression?
We have not seen any, or the expectation is high, we have not seen much.
Well, you see, I'm no spokesperson of any one of them.
Okay.
I am going by public opinion.
Okay.
I move to where they sell tea in local places, where they sell okpa, where they sell akpu. In fact, this morning I ate akpu.
Okay.
So you can imagine that a northerner ate akpu. The issues are, you see, our elites are useless, with due respect. Some elites are useless to the point that they can sell their parents for political office. Now, if he is given that impression that other governors might decamp, on what basis? Is it that an angel, political angel sent by God, has premonitored to them that 2023 that APC is going to produce presidents?
All right.
That's the issue.
I think on this note, I wanted to ask you a question based on the elitism theory that you were talking about, because that.
And they are our problem. They are the problem. They're not the sweetness of power. They're not the sweetness of everything.
So that it is a theory against the masses.
Absolutely. Conspiracy against the masses. Yes, abracadabra against the masses.
Anyway, this is where Spectacle will stop today on Television Nigeria. Comrade Dantata, welcome so much.
Thank you very much, my erudite.
There is no...
You are so professional.
Thank you. Thank you.
I pray for you to go to United Nations Rapporteur one day.
Amen. Amen. Anyway, so TVN have done justice to that today. And listeners and viewers, I believe that we've served you well today. For the continuation of this program, please visit our website, Television Nigerian, www.tvn.news. It will be displayed very soon for you to follow us, even on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere we are, on YouTube. Just search Television Nigerian. But on Twitter, we are at Television NIG1, at Television AIG1. Follow us, drop your comment, and we shall get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I have been Daniel Atai. Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai.